Today, I invite you to understand the deeper meaning of the swastika and where its roots come from. When I was younger, I used to travel to India all the time to meet my extended family. When I would go to my grandparents' house, I would see swastikas all over the house. My first reaction was that the swastika was a sign of hatred. Being born and raised in the United States, that's how I always felt. But I learned later that it was a sign of love and hope and a part of Asian spirit. I was curious to know why there's two different perspectives between the Eastern and Western culture on the swastika and how it was a sign of hate speech. Back to the swastika, it originally was formed in Asian descent and it symbolized good hope, good fortune. It sent a positive message to many people of the Asian community. Later, the Germans adopted it and changed the whole meaning once Hitler made it the sign of the Nazi party. After that, people would correlate the swastika with violence, isolation, hate, extremism. It's hard to believe that one symbol changed from hope and courage to anger, hatred, frustration. Swastika went from a public positive interpretation to a negative interpretation. It used to be a way of engaging everyone, and now it's all about isolation. The connection of the swastika to hate speech is that when people, especially in the United States nowadays, see the swastika in a public place, it will show a sign of fear, shock, or alertness. People will get an arousal where they don't know how to feel because they don't see it that much, and it's a sign of hate. One example of the swastika becoming related with hate speech is white supremacy. After the Nazis adopted the new meaning of the swastika, there were a couple of movies, entertainment, and people who were influencing that the swastika meant dominance and lifelong hate, power, even control. There was a movie called American History X, which came out and basically showed people who wore swastika were like part of like white gangs and were ruthless in California. And after a lot of people watched that, they tried to make an identity with people who had swastikas. At first, it was a question whether the swastika was a form of free speech or was it a hate speech. Now we recognize the swastika as a symbol of hate and more of a hate speech because the swastika has become related with hate groups like the KKK, and they have been in actions causing vandalism and ruining the environment and peace within schools and public events. The swastika has even been seen in politics and the pressure of politics, especially in the last election in 2016, not this one, where many white supremacists were wearing swastika and threatening others in the community. On the top right-hand corner, you can see an act of vandalism caused because of the swastika. And then on the bottom corner, you see that there was a tweet about the swastika on a door in a school and someone reacting to that. And the Washington Post analysis reported that there were 36 reports of the swastika from 2016 to 2017. And that's an increase in the past years. The swastika has become a form of hate speech because of the actions caused with it. It's more than just a symbol. And now its affiliation with school is dangerous. They have been found in many bathrooms, doors, and many places that are closed off in school too. And it has been spray painted in many public locations. And some are even written with negative messages. So it has become very hard to think of the swastika in a positive way. In conclusion, the Nazis had a big influence in the change and meaning of the swastika and its purpose. Nobody will ever look at it the same way that we have looked at it in the past.